How did someone think they were completely immune to consequences? My coworker Brad thought he was untouchable because his dad owned the company. This guy would show up 3 hours late, take 2-hour lunches, and spend most of his day watching YouTube videos at his desk. The rest of us were busting our tails in the accounting department while Brad played games on his phone. When our supervisor tried to write him up, Brad would just laugh and say good luck with that and walk away. He'd steal people's lunches from the office fridge and eat them right in front of everyone. When someone complained, he'd shrug and say, "What are you gonna do, fire the boss's son?" Brad made our lives miserable for 2 years. He'd dump his work on other people, show up drunk to meetings, and once he actually fell asleep during a client presentation, his dad always covered for him. The breaking point came during our busy tax season. We were all working overtime, staying until midnight to meet deadlines. Brad would stroll in at noon, mess around for a few hours, then leave early for important meetings that were really just bar crawls. One Friday, he didn't show up at all, left us with a massive client project due Monday morning. When I called him, he was at some music festival 3 states away, completely wasted. "Just handle it," he slurred into the phone. "That's what you little people are for." That weekend, while we worked around the clock to save his project, something interesting happened. I was using Brad's computer to access his files when I noticed his browser history was still open. Turns out Brad had been running a side business selling knockoff designer watches online. Using company computers, company time, and even the office address for shipping, he'd made over $50,000 in 6 months. But here's the really stupid part. He was using the company PayPal account to process payments. Every single fraudulent transaction was tied directly to our business. He'd been committing wire fraud using his dad's company as a front. I screenshot everything. Sales records, customer complaints about fake merchandise, angry emails from people who got scammed. Brad had left a digital trail longer than a freight train. Monday morning, Brad strolled in wearing sunglasses indoors, still hungover from his festival weekend. He plopped down at his desk and asked if we'd finished his project. "Yeah," I said, "but we found something interesting on your computer." His face went white when I showed him the screenshots. All that cocky confidence just melted away. He started stammering about how it was just a hobby, how he didn't mean any harm. That's when I told him the best part. Those angry customers he'd been scamming, 3 of them had already filed complaints with the Federal Trade Commission. 2 more had contacted the FBI about interstate wire fraud. "You've been committing federal crimes using company equipment," I explained. "Your dad can't protect you from the FBI." Brad tried to delete everything, but it was too late. I'd already forwarded copies to his father, our company lawyer, and yes, the FBI field office downtown. The feds showed up that afternoon with a warrant, seized his computer, his phone, everything. Brad was arrested right there in the office lobby while his dad watched helplessly. Turns out daddy's connections don't mean much when you're facing federal wire fraud charges. Brad got 3 years in federal prison and had to pay back every penny he stole, plus fines. His dad had to sell the company to cover the legal costs and settlements. Last I heard, Brad was working at a car wash, still convinced the whole thing was somehow unfair to him. The federal prosecutor told us Brad actually thought his dad's money would make the charges disappear. He kept asking his lawyer when his dad was going to fix this like it was a parking ticket. Some people really do think rules don't apply to them until reality comes knocking with handcuffs.